So today we'll discuss about the first line of defense. Here, the first line of defense is a line of defense which acts firstly against protection towards microbes, and first line of defense is non-specific, which means that is quite general and non-specific, which means that is not quite target oriented. That is the first line of defense, which is very non-specific, acts on any particle which attacks over the body. That can be any foreign particle such as a pathogen or any sort of dust particle or even smoke. So that is very non-specific, which means it can attack over any particle which is just coming to our body, and any foreign particle. Afterwards, it is by birth. It is by birth, and yeah, that is the first line of defense. It consists of two major barriers. What are the two major barriers? The first is the physical barrier, and second is the chemical barrier. First, let us discuss about the physical one. Physical barrier here includes the skin in the first line of defense. Now, what is skin? Skin is the largest organ of the human body, largest organ, as well as the weight of skin is 8 pounds, whereas the area of skin is 1.8 meters square. One more MCQ's point, that 15% weight of the human body is skin, right? So and these are some physical characteristics when it comes to the role of skin as a physical barrier in the first line of defense. We discussed that here. So skin consists of the following types of cells, which includes the keratinized cells. What types of keratinized cells? Keratinized cells which are dead cells made up of protein, and these are found in which layer? These are found in the uppermost layer, epidermis. As these are found in epidermis, these are found in the layer of epithelium known as stratified squamous epithelium. Now, in stratified squamous epithelium, there are two varieties of cells, which includes the non-keratinized and keratinized cells. We only study, or in the skin we only have the keratinized cells. In the skin we are having the keratinized cells, while non-keratinized cells, which are stratified squamous epithelium, are found in other body organs, such as in lining of mouth. We'll discuss that someday later, but here we have major concern, which is keratinized cells. Second, we are having the melanocytes. What are melanocytes? Cells which secrete melanin. What is melanin? Melanin is a pigment which is responsible for the complexion or fairness of the skin, complexion of skin, as well as melanin is a pigment which protects skin from ultraviolet rays. From ultraviolet rays. When it comes to the third point, which is Langerhans cells, third type of cells which forms the skin, known as Langerhans cells. Now, Langerhans cells are those cells which are involved in protection of the body against certain types of antigens, as well as pathogens. Langerhans cells includes phagocytes. Now, phagocytes can be of many types, which includes macrophages, neutrophils, while in fourth type we are having the T cells. The T lymphocytes are also present in the first line of defense. Not in the first line of defense, but they are generally present in skin. So how does skin acts as first line of defense? Skin uh, uppermost layer is known as epidermis. Skin's uppermost layer is known as epidermis, which is covered with the stratified squamous epithelium, the keratinized cells, which acts as resistance or gives impermeability against gives impermeability against the pathogens, against foreign particles, as well as against water, even against water, foreign particles, and yeah, pathogens. So that is the first function of skin. And as we know, in skin, that's in the dermis of skin, the mid layer, we are having the sweet gland and sebaceous gland. Sweet gland and sebaceous gland. Here we do know that sweet gland and sebaceous gland are exocrine glands, which secrete the sweet and sebum. So here sweet sweat sorry, sweat contains, what does sweat contains? It contains water, urea in little amount, and some salts, as well as the sweat contains lactic acid. What does the sweat contain? Sweat contains lactic acid. And when it comes to the sebaceous gland, it releases sebum. Now, what is very relative to sebum that allows the microorganism to die? Sebum contains fatty acids. Sebum, in simple words, is made up of complicated lipids. These complicated lipids include cholesterol, fatty acids, glycerols, and many other types of complicated lipids such as oil or waxes. But here we are going to majorly discuss about fatty acids. So sebum contains fatty acids and sweat contains lactic acid. And when lactic acid from the sweat and fatty acid from the sebum are combined together, then what do they form? They maintain the pH. They maintain the pH of the skin. They maintain the pH of the skin acidic. In what context? They maintain the pH of the skin at the pH level 3 to 5. So by maintaining a pH level 3 to 5, what will happen? Obviously, the enzymes of any sort of bacteria or any sort of pathogen which would be attacking over the skin would be denatured, as enzymes need an optimum condition, optimum temperature, optimum pH in order to stabilize themselves and work their enzymes at a particular level. But here, as the temperature, as a pH would be pH would be decreased, it would become acidic. The enzymes of a bacteria won't be able to work, due to which we can say that body will protect itself from the pathogens. That is the first point. Second point, sweat also contains an enzyme known as lysozyme. If I'm not wrong with the spelling, lysozyme. What is lysozyme? Lysozyme is the um, smallest enzyme. Lysozyme is the smallest enzyme, and lysozyme, being the smallest enzyme, is very dangerous for bacteria, as this causes degradation of what? It causes degradation of bacterial cell wall. It causes the degradation of the bacterial cell wall, due to which what happens? The bacteria are ultimately killed by degradation of the bacterial cell wall. Bacterial cell wall, which includes the peptidoglycan. Here, peptidoglycan is a component which makes the bacterial cell wall. Peptide is the word for protein, and glycone is for glucose. So, peptidoglycan. we all know that bacterial cell wall is made up of peptidoglycan, and that is degraded with the help of lysozyme. So lysozyme also acts on pathogens by killing them. And these are some key points in about skin. And now let us discuss about and now let us discuss about and now let us discuss about the chemical barrier. Here consists of mucus. First let us discuss about mucus as chemical barrier. How does mucus acts as chemical barriers? So for suppose if pathogens clear the physical barrier, if the pathogens were able to clear the physical barrier, for suppose they were able to surpass our skin. And as we know that some parts of our body are not covered with skin as well, such as our mouth, um, the reproductive system. I mean, many of the parts which are not connected with the skin. So, mucous membrane is present there. How mucous membrane allows to kill germs? We all know that when germs, pathogens enter our body, so mucous membrane releases mucus, and mucus is a sticky substance which sticks to the pathogens. As it sticks to the pathogen, it is then it is then either swallowed inside our body, or it is just eliminated from our body from any sort of opening. We will specifically discuss that in detail. So first, mucous membrane is found in digestive system. For suppose if the pathogen is coming from the digestive system, then the mucous membrane will stick to that pathogen, and either we are gonna swallow that mucus in our stomach. And what is present in our stomach? In our stomach we have HCl. HCl is a very acidic acid, and that has a pH of 1.8 to 2.5, which denatures the enzyme and denatures the enzyme of bacteria and just kill it completely. And in second condition, if we are we're emitting out of our body, just we are spitting out of our body or just throwing it up, then this is also safe for us, because we are gonna just spit out the mucus which contains the pathogens. Second condition is that mucous membrane is also present in respiratory system. As we have studied in respiratory system, then mucous membrane is present in the respiratory system, where it sticks to the germs or pathogens, and then with the help of the movement of little finger like projections known as cilia, these are able to come if these are able to come into the upper respiratory tract, and from the upper respiratory tract they are allowed to either move out in the form of a sneeze, or in the form of either they are allowed to move in the form of sneezing, or in the form of cough, or even in the form of a mucus and sputum. So this happens in the chemical barrier and respiratory system. This happens in respiratory system. And second condition is that these are also present in the upper respiratory tract, such as in the vestibular chamber of the of the upper respiratory tract of the nostrils. The vestibular chamber of of the nostrils of the upper respiratory tract, sorry. We have the cilia, we have cilia, not we don't have cilia, but we have air patches and mucus. What happens? Mucus sticks to the mucus sticks to the mu- mucus sticks to the pathogens, and these pathogens are carried out of the body, with the help of what? With the help of the hair patches. So here it is also helpful. Third condition includes in the reproductive system. In the reproductive system, same condition happens. In the reproductive system, we have mucous membrane, and fourthly, we are having in our lymphatic system. So in these conditions, you know what, mucous membrane is found to be useful. And secondly, we have lysozyme enzyme. Lysozyme enzyme, as present in our skin, it was protecting, or you know what, it was protecting our skin from foreign particles. And even in the mouth, in saliva, in mouth, in saliva, we are having the lysozyme enzyme, which kills the you know what, unwanted pathogens or foreign particles there as well. And moreover, we are having in many other parts. So these are some of the important points. And one more point is that skin skin in the physical barrier acts as vitamin D reservoir. Skin in the physical barrier acts as vitamin D reservoir, which means it reserves the vitamin D, um, right? Moreover, when it comes to another part, we have HCl, as previously discussed, that HCl acts in the chemical barrier as well, as it contains a very acidic pH, and is allowed and allows the bacteria to be killed and you know what, get denatured. So HCl is also included in chemical barrier. By the way, chemical barrier has some other names as well, such as biochemical barrier, physiological barrier, right? And these were some of the points which we have discussed here, and about chemical barrier. And now let us discuss about the second line of defense.